Hello, I'm with Reynald Debaut-Henocque, ex-Vice President of Manufacturing of Toyota Motor Manufacturing France, who was hired initially into Toyota as Director of Quality. And so I'd like to discuss with him Toyota Way and quality. So tell me, what was the first thing that you learnt about quality when you joined Toyota?
The first things I have learned when I joined Toyota as a quality director, I was dispatched in Japan, and I've learned how to inspect one vehicle from static point of view and from dynamic point of view. And at the end of this training session, I was able to check one vehicle.
After a long and successful previous career as quality director on the automotive industry, you're hired as director of quality for Toyota France, and the first thing that you choose, not concepts or speeches or whatever, they send you to Japan and they ask you to learn how to inspect a car properly.
Yes, and it was exactly the same approach for my quality specialists.
Yeah.
They have learned how to do some tuning on the parts, or how to use some practical tools to check the part and so on. It was exactly the same approach, to be very practical and to understand the product.
Wouldn't you say that this is just yet another example of one of the fundamentals of the Toyota culture, which is that they expect everybody, whatever their level in the organization, to be very down to earth and have practical, true knowledge of the product, and in this case, how you inspect a car, and this is more important maybe than some of the more conceptual toolkits and all that sort of stuff. It was making sure that even at the level of a director, you knew exactly what the quality of a car was.
Yes, absolutely. It was not only applicable for me, but I say my colleagues who was in charge of assembly, or another colleague in charge of welding shops, and they had exactly the same process of how to learn, how to practice by themselves. Process of assembly operation, or for process of welding operation, exactly. So to understand again the product and the process linked with the product.
Okay. That factory, right from the beginning and further on today, has exceptional levels of quality, even for the automotive industry. And you were in that story for over 20 years. How would you describe quality?
For me, quality, it's how the customer is satisfied with the product he receives from us. And I think as a quality director, my first direction was how I can discuss with the customer, how I can measure the customer satisfaction through the direct contact with the final customer, through the contact with the dealers and the distributor of our Yaris. And one process on which we were working was warranty information. At the beginning, we were working on the warranty after 6 months of usage, and we moved from 6 months to 3 months, and at the end to 1 month of usage, to be closer and closer to the final customer, say, satisfaction and voice.
Okay, so there are lots of other tools and units of measure that are used, right? Like ppm, parts per million, or defects per million occurrences, right? And you have exceptional levels around 10 for your suppliers and stuff like that. That's very strong. You have also SQA's supplier quality audits, which are internal checks on the quality. But for you, those are all maybe a means to an end, and the final truth is through all the feedback you get from the clients directly through the warranty information and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. And for me, the evidence of you are delivering on the market, say, good quality, or it's when the customer become a regular customer.
Yeah, you say that often. I know it just sounds obvious, and the client comes back and buys another car, right?
Exactly.
And the growth in sales of this car in Europe show that you're obviously on the right track, because the level of challenge was very significant right from the beginning. When you were hired that year, the Toyota Yaris had won the Car of the Year award, but it was the Japanese Yaris, right, made in Japan. And you had to try and get to the same level of quality in the French factory from starting from nothing. Can you tell us about that and what happened and what happened last year?
Yes, exactly. Yes, when we started to produce our French Yaris, the Japanese Yaris, which was on the market from 1999, has received the Car of the Year prize, and dealers, distributors, they were very, I would say, nervous about what will be the level of, in terms of quality of the French Yaris, and the expectation was at least to achieve the same level. And fortunately, thanks to, I would say, good cooperation between all the relevant, people involved in this, fabrication or manufacturing of the Yaris, we receive from TMC, means Toyota Motor manufacturing cars, the price of the warranty, because we have our performance of warranty was even better than the Japanese Yaris.
Right. So, and you talk often about this, about the maintaining levels of visions and challenges that you ambitious you meet. That was the first one, and then you went on and you won again the prize of the Car of the Year in 2021, right?
Yes, means you can say we can say over 20 years we have a continuity in terms of I would say our ability to put on the market and deliver on the market the same level of quality, even better and better, because if the Car of the Year and the ranking in 1999 and 20 years later, our competitors, they were also improving their level of quality, and we achieved to keep the number one rank over these 20 years.
Okay. In the Toyota quality management system, you have tools, Ishikawa diagrams and 5 whys to find root causes and stuff like that, a lot of things. But when you described everything you do, I think probably the thing that surprised me the most was what you do in this factory with regards to maintaining the level of quality control. That's to say, you inject into final assembly more than once an hour a car which has on purpose a defect, to make sure that the inspectors will find that defect. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, it's what we are calling a troubleshooting process. Means effectively we were introducing on our line some vehicle with some defect. But our inspection, what we are expecting from quality inspector is to be able to detect and to be able to confirm the quality, and to give confidence in the level of detection and judgment. We are using this troubleshooting process to give them confidence.
Because they know that they are capable of finding all these faults.
Exactly. And to say yes or not, it's a defect.
Yeah, and therefore they are reliable in their inspection. Yeah. Right. No, I just find that amazing, because you have to have the courage to do that, because of course, if you do the sort of thing, you've got to avoid that a car which has a defect on purpose goes out the door and gets sold, right? That sort of thing. And it just shows what level of mastery you have of quality in general to be able to do that and get to those sorts of extraordinary results. So anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just obviously the quality dimension of everything that this factory has done it's amazing, and it's nice to talk to the person who's hired in there to do as director of quality right from the beginning, and who built all that. So thank you, congratulations, and thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.